Since Sony's release of the PS5, there have been numerous reports of users experiencing issues with overheating. In this video, we're going to set up an affordable and easy cooling solution using external fans that pull the heat away from the PS5 completely. If you're new to the channel, welcome. I post reviews, DIYs and tutorials on different types of tech and gadgets. Feel free to take a look around and make sure to subscribe if you want to see more videos like this. With such significant upgrades in the console's hardware department, a comprehensive cooling solution is essential. However, it's becoming apparent that the cooling technology built into the PS5 leaves much to be desired. Gamers Nexus conducted an in-depth assessment on the PS5's thermal performance, and when I say in-depth, I really mean in-depth, with the video coming in to almost 40 minutes in length. If you're interested in watching the full video, I'll drop the link in the description below. To summarize it briefly, Gamers Nexus concludes that the thermal performance of the PS5 is less than ideal, recording temperatures of the memory which are generally higher than you'd like to see. And these findings were with the PS5 operating in an average ambient temperature and positioned in a way that the airflow is as good as it can be. It's recommended to place the PS5 in a location where it's sitting on its stand vertically or horizontally, with plenty of space around it to allow for airflow. Other recommendations include things like avoiding sitting it directly on carpet or not sitting it in an enclosed cabinet. If a PS5 is used in a suboptimal ambient environment, such as 30 degrees Celsius or 85 degrees Fahrenheit and above, the conclusion is that this will have the memory running more or less at its thermal limits. If the console is positioned in a TV unit shelf, for example, it's possible that the ambient temperature could easily reach these temperature thresholds. However, for some users, myself included, the shelving in the TV unit is the ideal location for our console, as there's no room to have the PS5 sitting elsewhere on display. In my case, there's simply no room on the TV unit alongside my 75-inch TV. As you can see, there are some openings in the back of the shelf, however this is not sufficient for optimal airflow. When the PS5 is used in this cabinet currently, much of the heat which blows out from the back of the console will linger within the cabinet's base. So I decided I needed to figure out a way to optimize the airflow and cooling of the PS5 while still keeping it sitting tucked away on the shelf of the TV cabinet. I found these dual USB powered cabinet fans on Amazon, which only cost $27, so this seemed like the perfect solution. I'll drop the link for these in the description below if you'd like to check them out yourself. These particular fans are designed specifically for use within cabinets and can be used vertically or horizontally. They include a control to adjust the fan speed and noise, however I'll be leaving them on high as they're not very loud at all. They also come with these pre-installed rubber feet to reduce vibration, however in my case I'm going to remove these as I'll be securing them to the rear of the cabinet. Let's quickly get these fans unboxed and check out what they come with. Inside we have some paperwork with basic information on the specs. There's a zip tie and adhesive pad inside, which I assume is for mounting the fan speed controller. And then here are the fans themselves. The fans have a clean black design and should be able to hide away inconspicuously in your cabinet. Here's the fan speed controller with the 3 settings. And here is the USB cable for power. Before I start installing, I'm going to plug the fans into the PS5 and do a quick test to make sure they're working as expected. As you can see here, the fans are turning on when the PS5 turns on and automatically turning off when the PS5 is off. One thing to be mindful of is what power saving settings you have configured. It's possible to have the PS5 to continue to output power from the USB ports when in rest mode. In my case, I don't have this enabled as my controllers are being charged separately on the PS5 charging station. In order to mount these fans in the back of the cabinet, I'll be using this hole saw to cut a circle shape into the rear panel, which fit the fan grills perfectly. This hole saw attaches to a drill, and you can get these online or at your local hardware store. I'll drop a link for the right size below. Alright, time to get these fans installed, so let's jump behind the TV unit. First of all, I'll measure out and mark the center point of the cabinet to keep things even and symmetrical. I'm using this center punch tool to make a small indent on the surface so that the drill doesn't move around. I'm going to use a smaller drill bit to make a pilot hole in the wood on both sides, as the drill bit which attaches to the hole saw is quite thick. Now time to use the hole saw to cut out the opening for the fans. The fan should be mounted with the logo side facing the direction of the airflow. Here I'm using the grill to mark out the locations for the screw holes. Again, I'll use the center punch to create an indent for the drill bit to sit in. The drill bit should be slightly larger than the screws. I'm going to go with 4mm. Now I'll go ahead and drill 4 holes on each side for the fans to mount to. As I mentioned earlier, I'll be removing the rubber feet because I'm mounting the fans. These are only needed if they won't be mounted. I'm going to have the main body of the fan sitting outside the back of the cabinet, so first I'll remove the front grille and place that on the inside of the rear panel. Then the fan itself can be screwed into position on the outside of the panel. Then the same process can be repeated on the other side. Finally, the USB power cable can be fed through to the cabinet so it can be connected to the PS5's rear USB port. Now to put the PS5 back into place and test that everything's working correctly. I can feel plenty of air blowing through from the fans, so these are definitely going to do a great job of blowing out the hot air from the cabinet. Here's how the fans look from the front. As you can see, they're hidden away nicely. So there we have it, a cheap and easy solution to make sure your PS5 has plenty of airflow. I highly recommend considering doing something like this if you have any concerns with your PS5's thermal performance. That's going to wrap it up for this video, and if you found this useful, I'd really appreciate if you drop me a thumbs up below. Let me know in the comments if you're going to give this a try or if you have any other thoughts. Other than that, thanks for watching, stay safe, and I'll catch you at the next one.